Story time. Let me tell you the story of this necklace. I love it and I have it for about 10 years and I wear it very often. And actually, whenever I want to wear silver color of jewelry, I always wear this necklace. And I don't get tired of it. So I got it from a very special lady. She got ill in a quite young age. She got severe autoimmune disease, syndrome. When you have this syndrome, your joints get inflamed, especially in the back, and your spine gets damaged severely. You have a lot of pain. This disease you cannot. She went to search for alternatives, and this was one of the methods that was powerful enough to help her to reverse this disease so that she was tall and walking straight and didn't have pain, and she wore all these stones around her neck and on her arms. She was changing them every day depending on her health, on her mood. She always wore stones. So even if you think that the disease is not healable, there are alternatives. You can find an alternative suitable for you. I was very inspired by this story, and I asked this lady to pick a stone for me. And instead of picking a stone for me, she told me, why don't you pick a stone yourself? And I must say that I am not relying, for example, astrology or the power of stones on me. Not at all. And I actually love a legend about Feng Shui. This describes my attitude. This is an ancient legend about a master. Once upon a time, there was a very skillful Feng Shui master, and he served all the emperors and the richest people in China. And for that, he used to travel from one part of China to the other. Once he was on a very long distance travel, and he didn't have water left. And finally, after a long ride, they were passing by a farm, and he saw a woman working in the field. He jumped out of his carriage and asked her if she has some water. And sure enough, she had a well there. She got for him fresh cold water and gave him to drink. But he noticed that before she reached out this water, he threw some grass into it. And when he started drinking, he couldn't drink it. So he had to drink very carefully not to swallow the grass. And he got very angry that she did this. But he didn't say anything. Instead, he looked around and saw in the neighborhood a house. She lived there with her family. He gave her advice: if you build your house beside these rocks, next to this mountain, this will be the best place for your family, for the house. You will be prospering. Everything in your life will be going great. This was revenge. He went on his trip, and many years later, he was passing by the same place. He saw the new house beside the mountain. He was very surprised. He stopped and went into the house, and the woman was there. He was asking, how is her family doing? And she was telling that it was indeed such a great place for the house, that her whole family is prospering. Everything is going so well. Everybody is healthy and happy. And the Feng Shui master was confused, because actually this was a very dangerous place to build a house and to live, and he did it on purpose so that the whole family becomes unhappy and nothing works in their life. So he was confused and surprised. He started asking her, do you remember you gave me water and I saw how you threw that grass into my water? I thought, yes, of course I remember. I did it on purpose because you were so hot and the water was so cold. If you drank it fast, it wouldn't be good for you. You would get sick. That's why I threw the grass into your water. And I'm so thankful to you that you gave us this advice. what happened here? The attitude of this woman, her intention to help, her kindness, her love to people was much stronger than the art of Feng Shui. It overruled the unfavorability of the place and let her still flourish and the her family. So it is also what I believe. Okay, so I was standing in front of the showcases, and there were many of them, the entire wall from the floor, and they were high and full of very different stones, different shapes, different colors, different metal. And I was going right and left and up and down several times. It took me a long time. And finally, I picked this necklace. And when lady came back, she brought me a book. And it was a really big book, very thick. And if you know about the healing properties of stones, they have influence on your physical health, on your moods, on your mentality, on your spirituality, on your spirit. I started reading about blue topaz, what is in this necklace, and I was really surprised that on each of these levels this stone suited me. It was a perfect match for me. I also don't get tired of wearing it, because it is not just a piece of jewelry. It is like a statement. Often people notice that it's not just a beautiful piece, but how it suits me. What I learned is, in many situations, we believe we don't know things, or we don't know enough, or we don't have experience, or we don't have enough experience, and that we don't have skills. But actually, deep inside, we do know what is right for us, what is good for us, what is good for others. And this principle I use also in my work. I don't show my clients what they have to do. I just show them where they find answers to questions within them. I'm just guiding them, methods that help them to discover answers to important questions, which transforms their personality and transforms their